They're going to make us look really good.
I doubt it. Can I go get my cowboy hat?
You could.
Pretty good when Matthew lives in Oklahoma and he's got a new brother-in-law living in Texas and he's got to come to Illinois to ride a good horse.
You want to know about when we first met?
Yeah.
Why does everybody want to know that?
Everybody wants to know the story of when we first met. Well, I was 15. You were 17?
Yep.
In the town where I grew up, in Sullivan, Illinois,
Thursday
in
night.
the Thursday night dances during the summer, it was a teenage thing at the American Legion building. Big building. And there'd probably be hundreds of kids would gather there on Thursday nights, live bands.
No air conditioning.
No air conditioning in those days. Nope, just put
The big windows opened up and it was screens. And it was all the way around the pavilion.
yeah, open on both sides.
Live bands.
Live bands and lots of dancing and just a lot of fun. Well,
It was
my mother.
That was a social event. On Thursdays you had that dance and everybody went to it all summer long.
My mother let me go with a friend. It's the first time I ever went. I'd never been there
There
before.
were two of them.
Two of what?
Girls with you.
There were two girls with me? Okay, three of us.
Yep.
Who were
Pam and
they?
Nancy.
Nancy was?
Yep.
I didn't remember Nancy. Well, for heaven's sakes, let's see what else you remember. I don't
can't remember anything else. I've got amnesia.
Okay.
My Alzheimer's is kicking in.
Okay, we could go to the dance, but my mom was coming back to pick us up at a designated hour, which was fine. I'm standing with my friends, listening to the music, and this guy comes up and asks me to dance. Okay, we danced. How many times did we dance?
Can't remember.
But we danced, didn't we?
Yeah.
And then it was time for the band to take intermission.
Then you disappeared
Why?
because you had to go home.
No.
I didn't even know your name.
Let me tell you my side of it. This guy that I'd never met before that asked me to dance said, when the band takes intermission, would you like to go out to the A&W and have a Coke with me? I'll go get my car. And I thought, no way am I getting in a car with somebody I don't know. I got my girlfriends. I said, we got to get out here now. Well, he's gone to get that car.
My 55 Chevy.
Your green 55 Chevy. So, Mom came picked us up, and I thought, well, that's over with. I'll never see him again. It was a few nights later, right?
Something like that.
Maybe a week or so.
Probably a week.
We were both in 4-H. And every summer they had a little competition between the 4-H clubs. It was called 4-H Share the Fun. Each 4-H group would do a little skit, kind of a little 15-minute funny little skit, and see who was the best. Well, guess who was there? He saw me. And what did you say?
Can't remember.
You said, where did you go the other night? And I said, well, I had to leave. I had to go home. And then he asked me if he could take me out sometime, and I said,
Maybe.
I have to ask my mom, and I don't think she'll let me.
Yeah.
I was only 15. So he started coming around, and
Well, first I couldn't find out who you were. I had to do some detective work to
Did
track
you
you
really?
down. Yes, and your grandma ratted on you. She told Jim Hamilton who you were. That's how I knew to start pursuing, find you.
so my grandma worked at the IGA, and your friend Jim
And
worked
Jim
there.
worked there too.
And he ratted.
No, he didn't rat. He just told me who you were.
Okay,
He said, I know her.
all right.
That's how I found out who you were.
And that's how we met. And if anybody is interested, the outfit that I had on the night I met him, I still have it.
You do?
There's a note in the pocket that says I was wearing this the night I met my husband. You started just kind of coming
Yeah,
down to
I came
visit,
down, yeah.
and because my mom needed to meet you and check you out and make sure you weren't an undesirable,
Yeah,
right?
I guess.
But he dumped me not long after school started because this new girl moved into his town and went to his school, and he dumped me so he could go out with her. But it didn't last very long, did it? And you came back. She wasn't what
I
you thought,
remember
huh?
when you and your mom used to sit in my car and watch the football games when I played football. She'd
Yeah.
bring you up there and they'd sit in the car.
Sit in your car. You parked by the football field. Yes. Oh, the wedding day? Oh, I think we were nervous. And what I remember about when we did our vows and it was time to put the ring on his finger, his hands were so sweaty, and I was grateful because that way the ring slid right on. Didn't it?
Yeah.
You don't remember that, do
I always
you?
had sweaty hands anyway.
Yeah, well, anyway, we got the job done, didn't
Yep.
we?
Yep. Yep. Not so much of the wedding day, but the coming back from the honeymoon. We went out to your grandma and grandpa's in Ohio for a honeymoon. And when we came home, we didn't have a house to come home to, and we was going to stay with mom and dad. So we held up at the Cooper Motel in Tuscola that night. Do you remember that?
We didn't. We weren't ready to come back, were we?
No, we didn't. No, we just didn't want to spend any more time there than we had to. So I always remember that. And then going up there when we were going to Ohio, our first night, that car, I had my Chevelle then, and remember we had a lean-to thing that you drove the car into for the motel. We didn't have any Holiday Inns and things like that back then.
That's right.
Just no,
Mom and
little
pop
mom and
motels.
pop motels, what they were. So,
Then we had to live with your mom and dad for a month before this house that we live in now was ready for us to move into.
Papa and I were just like that.
And Mama even more. Mama kept him in tomato juice all through our dating years. When she found out that he liked tomato juice, she bought it by the case and
She bought the best.
kept it in the pantry so that there would always be plenty, because when he would bring me home, he'd go straight from the refrigerator at my house and get the tomato juice.
The kids would think that was funny. They'd say some things never change.
He still likes the tomato juice.
Yeah, they don't even make the kind she bought anymore. She bought the best.
Yep, good old Ritter's tomato juice, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So you try to make it as much like that as you can by your little concoction that you make and your spices, and get out of the way when he gets his tomato juice to mix up. Gets in the spice cabinet.
Yeah, I got a new ingredient now, a secret ingredient. I can't divulge it.
Is that right?
Yeah. Not pickle juice either.
Is it a spice?
Well, it's liquid.
It's a liquid you put in there?
Yeah.
Hot sauce.
Vinegar.
Vinegar.
Yeah, you gotta put some vinegar in it. Give it a kick.
I guess it cleans out your pipes or something.
Vinegar's good for you. Pickle juice full of salt.
Too much sodium.
I lay off salt. Are you done?
Are you done?
Yes, I'm done.